What's going on, guys? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today I am super excited. I am finally ready to do a review of multiple knives made by Shirogorov. First time I've ever looked at these and handled them. Super excited. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. So, Shirogorovs. I have known about Shirogorovs for a long time, but I've never had one. Never bought one or had one come in. So now I have three. I have the Shiragorov Quantum, sent in by my good friend and brother Doug Sharp _ Marbles. There you go. There is his Instagram. Please go give him a follow. It's because of guys like him that I'm able to bring you knives like this. This Shirogorov Quantum is such a sexy, beautiful blade, and there's a reason why people go, bonkers for these, and we'll go over that. We also have the Hateon R. Or no, this is the Haiti R. Sorry, the names of these, I'm still very, very green when it comes to Shirogorovs. This is the Haiti R, and this one was sent by my buddy Chris, aka Titanium Addiction 1970. Also, please go give him a follow, because guys, these knives are not cheap. We're talking $1,100 knives here. So this one is super cool because it has, if I can get you a good close-up, it has what's called, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like an All-U-Tex scale, which is kind of like an aluminum carbon fiber from what I can read. And that's cool. I've never heard of it before. As a matter of fact, the only ones that I've ever heard of using that is Shirogorov. So it's pretty damn cool. And then, of course, we have the little guy. This is the Hateon Zero. This one is in carbon fiber, and as you can see, it has some green. Oh, it's so cool. A little bit smaller of a knife, and all of these have, or the Hateon Zero and the Haiti R. Well, no, the Haiti R does not have. I thought it had. I was just looking at this one. Actually, has an inlay on the back. The other one does not have an inlay on the back. So these, golly, these knives are freaking sweet. Okay, so let's go over, my printer's going off over there. I don't know if you can hear it, sorry. Let's go over something here. So Shirogorov, it's a Russian company. They make what some people will call mid-techs. Mid-tech gets thrown around a lot, so I'm really not sure what the industry standard is for that term. But they are absolutely high quality production knives, mid-techs, whatever you want to say. And they are known for their action. So, the Quantum. This is probably, when you talk about a fall shut controlled action, every single one of these is that. That one's a little bit more fall shut than the Quantum, which this one's been, this one's more of a control fall shut that I know people love, and it's a glassy, smooth, just so much fun to feel this knife fall and click into place. And then the one that surprised me the most is the Hateon Zero, because it's a smaller blade, right? Very small blade, very light blade, but watch. Same damn thing as this one. Now, these knives are basically like, these two knives are basically like Big and Little Brother, because they're really similar. But holy crap, the action on these two, it's like second to none. The Hateon just is a little bit more, the Quantum is just a little bit more controlled. So that is why I wanted to check these out, because everybody talks about how awesome Shirogorov action is, and now I know that yes, it's not just hype, it is that good. And the reason that it is that good is not just because they have very good high quality manufacturing, the tolerance are there, but it's also, I believe, due to their bearings that they use. They have multi-roll bearings, and there's two types, and I am not exactly sure what if all of these are just the standard multi-roll bearings that they use, and then they have this really cool funky one, I'm going to go ahead and put pictures up right here to show you the bearing style, the multi-roll bearing styles that they have. And you'll notice that they are just a little bit different. The bearings on that one, it's kind of a funky shape. That is why I believe that the Shirogorovs have that kind of action. That's also another reason why they are a little bit pricier. So as far as price, the small one here is around 700 bucks. And so you get, obviously M390, carbon fiber, titanium frame lock, and the absolute, some of the best action ever on a knife from Shirogorov and their manufacturing. This one, the Haiti R, this is discontinued, I think. I was not able to really find a good price, but I'm pretty sure that they were like right at $1,050 or so. So yeah, not cheap, guys. And of course, this freaking, that scale material, it really is cool. First time ever seeing it up close and showing you guys all this. It's really cool just to have something different. So I'm really stoked to be able, to have looked at this up close. It's got just enough grip, but it's not, it's slick, but it's got a little bit of grip. It's not like something that's just gonna grab onto your hand, and when your hands are wet and stuff. But it has enough grip. These knives are not, they're built well enough to probably do some pretty decently hard work, but these are EDC knives. And this one, of course, is one of the bigger ones. That one and the Quantum are the bigger of the ones that I have. And so as you can see, the Quantum has a little bit different blade shape. I really dig that blade shape. The one thing on the Quantum that I was really excited about when I got it was that little area there, that little groove, pocket, whatever you want to say. I was excited because I really wanted to be able to middle finger flick. And guys, I just can't do it. I can't do the middle finger flick with the Quantum, even though it has that little thing there. Maybe it's because my fingers are too fat. Maybe it's just too high and not enough. I don't know. But it teased me a little bit, and I wasn't able to do it. So it kind of bummed me out because these are all just flipper frame locks. And flipper deployment only frame locks get boring to me because I can't middle finger flick it, and that's just my preferred way of deploying a knife. But these, if I was going to have a flipper only knife, I said this actually on my holiday review. The holiday is more of a budget option. If I was going to have just a flipper only knife, it would be the holiday because the action on it was so amazing. But if I was to pick, if I had just a good collection of knives, and I had to pick just one flipper that I wanted to just flipper only, which I usually don't have, but that's what my goal was, it would be a Shiro. Because of the action, the quality that I feel in these, holy crap, it's just amazing. You have this hardware that is not proprietary. It's a thick boy, so you can use coin, you could use whatever to get in there. I believe they sell a tool. I'm not 100% sure about that. All of these carry around the same, but they do have different pocket clips. As you can see there, not deep carry, but deep enough, I think, for most people's likings. It works amazingly, and the one on the Quantum really, if I can get to focus, really goes with the flow of the knife and just looks really cool. This one, ergonomically, is amazing. I like to be able to choke up and have a finger troll. This does not have that, but in this backed up position where the jimping is, doesn't go out as far, so my finger kind of goes above it, but it swoops down, and it's pretty comfortable for me to put my hand in a saber grip, which is how I usually do it. This knife, it's super comfortable. I don't usually use any other grips, but it is comfortable in all those other grips. It's got a really nice thick old backspacer here, titanium backspacer with a lanyard hole right there. Doesn't give you a whole lot of room because it's mainly you put it in and then you have to loop it around to come back out. So it's not really a hole. It's more like a like you see with the pins and whatnot. So I like that. You know, with the guys who likes the lanyards, you can do it on the Shirogorov Quantum. The milling on this guy is so freaking awesome. I dig, you know, titanium, full titanium with a little bit of milling and texturing and stuff. I really dig the way that they did that. There is your Shirogorov logo there, the bear, which I think is an excellent logo. It really looks good. You have that same logo, but on this one, it's just on the blade. And then you have M390 because you have these beautiful, beautiful. Now, they make this scale in a few different colors. This is the green, which I really, really like. There is your pocket clip. Same kind of deal. It is not a deep carry pocket clip, but it goes in and out of the pocket really well and flows with the design of the knife. I really, really liked carrying this. I didn't carry it, you know, in places where I knew that I might get, you know, I'd have to have a knife for hard duty because these are not my knives and they are very, very expensive. So I didn't want to do that, but holy crap, it was hard for me to keep, you know, these out of the pocket just because I wanted to show all the guys that I work with. The action on these are like none other. I mean, I was super, super impressed with this little one here, the Zero, because of the lightness of the blade. There's that really cool green and black carbon fiber. Jeez, that's sexy. But I was so impressed with this little guy being able to fall shut like this. Dude, it's amazing. Now this one's a little bit thinner this way. You saw me kind of fall off of that. That's because my finger was on the lock bar. It still deploys with your fingers on the lock bar if you're not giving it too much pressure. So that's good, but it is a thing. It flies out there. It flies out of there like crazy if you do not put your finger on the lock bar, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad to really train yourself to not put it on the lock bar. It's just if you're going back and forth from knives, it's just a thing that happens. The blade shape, like I said, I think I prefer the blade shape on the Quantum more than I do the Haiti R. And, you know, and that's surprising to me because I don't usually like this kind of upswept blade, but it just works well on this guy. It works so well, and then I don't know, like if I could probably merge these two knives together and kind of give some features of this and some features of this, it'd probably be my perfect Shiro. And there might be a model out there, guys, that is like that I don't know about because I don't usually gravitate and search for knives that are just flipper only. It's just a thing. But you have these different sizes, and let's see if I've got it here in front of me. I'm going to give you kind of an example or go over specs here. So you've got let's go with the smallest one. So the Haitian Zero is a 3.375 inch blade length with a cutting edge of 3.375. So it is, you know, right there at the, you know, the cutting edge and the end of the scale is about the same. So that's super nice. The overall length is about 7.625. And guys, you know that that is small for me. However, ergonomically and being able, I can still get 4 fingers around this guy. So ergonomically, even for a small knife, this is a win for me. I wish I had a forward finger control like I always do. But even the smaller one is still very comfortable for me. Lightweight and just an excellent EDC size knife, I think, for most people, even though I like to carry bigger stuff. This one is like a gentleman's knife EDC overload. It's I think a lot of people will like that. It does have a handle thickness of about 0.41. It weighs about 2.5 ounces. So 2.5 ounces, nobody can complain about that. If you're complaining about 2.5 ounces, you're freaking nuts. So the blade thickness on this guy is about 132 thousandths, but it has a wonderful, wonderful flat grind on this dude. And it comes down to seriously like 10 thousandths behind the edge. That's crazy. Because usually with these thinner blades, full flat grind, you just don't have the room to grind it that thin. This thing is a icy little dude. You know, you just don't really see that very often. I've seen it some on some Civivis, to be honest with you, but this thing, it's a knife and it cuts well. Like it has a point on there that is strong enough. You know, you've got, let's see if I can Where you at? Where you at? You know, it's not as dainty as some, definitely not thick, but it's enough to be able to get into clamshell packages. It slices through anything and everything. I didn't really want to do a whole lot of cutting with these, you know, because they're not mine and they're very expensive, but just to kind of show you with the paracord, like, it's just, a matter of fact, I kind of was really trying to hold on to this because I didn't have enough room, and by the time I thought it was fixing to slip off, it cut it. Very, very slicey blade. The Hateon Zero for a small, if you like the smaller guys, the lightweight knives, as far as the Shirogorov, you can't go wrong with this one. I absolutely love it for a smaller knife. This would have been kind of a back pocket knife for me, but I didn't carry it there because I didn't want to carry, you know, this expensive a knife in my back pocket. That's not mine, but disappears in the pocket. Didn't hardly know it was there. Of course, I'm used to carrying a lot heavier knives. The Haiti R, a little bit bigger. I really like this. The Haiti R is about 3.875 on the blade length. So a much larger blade. You've got a 4-inch cutting edge because of the way the handle is here, sticks out further than this cutting edge. So you got a full 4-inch cutting edge on this big, beautiful base. That is amazing to me. This is M390 steel, and it has a closed length of 5 inches, overall length of 8.75. So it's a Kyle-sized knife. Chris, he likes, you know, he's got both of these. So these are like perfect companions for like a primary and a secondary. Because, I mean, look at this. Look at these two guys. They are so similar. Big brother, little brother. And, yeah, this is a great pair for an EDC carry, for a back, you know, for a secondary and a primary. It's like it was made for that. And I think that's what he did. You know, he can comment down below if that's kind of what his deal was, because they're also both green. This one has, or both of these have, this green or teal colored backspacer, titanium backspacer with a little bit different of milling pattern on there. They both go up. It's still open construction. The access to the lock bar is easy. It's very well done. It takes a little bit of pressure, unlike some other ones where you've got to really kind of dig your finger in there and it just gets uncomfortable. These are not like that at all. Man, I'm digging this. I'm digging this, man. You know, I didn't know how I was going to feel about it once I saw Lefty review of this. You know, he didn't know what to think, and I didn't know what to think either. But getting this in hand, I really like this handled material. What is it called again? Alutex. You know, with it, something different, guys. It's just because, you know, you always see full titanium. You see G10. You see micarta. I've never seen this before, and so I dig it. And it might be because it's new, and it's on this knife, because Shirogorov, I mean, come on. I could just do this all day long. Oh, man. I mean, I've got some fall shut, very good action knives. Koenig Arius, the Custom Knife Factory 5th 23, the Vero X Synapse XL. I've got a lot of great action knives. It's something just different about this. I can't really put my deadgum opinion into words on how, you know, different this is, because you're looking at this and you're like, yeah, that looks like a great action, but I've seen actions on, but it is different. It is so smooth and hydraulic, yet fall shutty, you know, versus something like my 5th 23 that is smooth, but more just a guillotine than anything else, which I love. I mean, they're close, but it's, I don't know. You know, if you haven't been able to, like me, if you haven't been able to experience it, it's kind of hard to explain. And it's not like you can just go out to your, you know, Bass Pro Shops or something and get one of these in hand, right? It's just not that way. So I have been super duper impressed with every single one of these, and I want to thank Doug and Chris for allowing me to do this. Or get these in hand so I could get this, you know, wonderful production / mid-tech knife in hand and get, what's the hype about? Is it really that good? And for a flipper only titanium frame lock, it really is that good. I was kind of scared that whenever I got these that I was going to be like, for that price, I'd rather have this. And for that price, I'd rather have this. As far as a just plain titanium frame lock flipper, right? But if I was to choose a plain titanium frame lock flipper, it would have to be a Shirogorov after handling these. You know, will I end up buying one? I don't know. Because flippers really are, like if I really had to choose just one titanium frame lock flipper, only deployment, it would be a Shirogorov. But I don't know if it's good enough compared to what I have already versus the price, because the price is, you know, it's up there. Do I think it's off the wall and not worth the price? No, I really do think it's worth the price. But, you know, getting these in hand, I didn't take them apart or anything, but just going over these with a fine-tooth comb and looking at the fit, the finish, the way that they do their milling, their hardware, the bearings, is totally worth it. Totally worth the money. And if you have the opportunity and you like flippers, that's your deal. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, you're going to miss out if you don't buy a Shirogorov. Maybe one day it'll happen. Maybe one day I'll come across one on a good trade or something, and I'll put one in the collection. It's definitely a possibility. I don't know if I'll buy one right now because I just love the middle finger flick and all, you know, the different deployment options, because that's just my jam. But guys, I appreciate you stopping by and checking this out. I didn't really put this against anything else because we have different sizes of these. But oh my God, like, the hype is real. The hype is real. Kevin over at Lefty EDC, he liked them. We talked about them before I even got them. You know, I talked to Chris a little bit. I talked to Doug a little bit. Oh, and Hick, you know, me and Doug, we were talking the other day, and we're actually in the same profession. Small world to have somebody like him. We talked for a little while about our professions, which are quality engineers. So anyways, I love you all. Stay safe in this crazy world that we are living in, and we will see you in the next one.